There is a quiet moment that happens to every man, somewhere around 52, 54, sometimes 56. He puts on a shirt he bought years before, looks in the mirror, and something feels off. He cannot name it. The shirt fits, the color is fine, nothing is obviously wrong. But the man in the mirror is not the man who bought that shirt, and the shirt does not know it yet. There are 10 specific things stylish men over 50 should retire. Some you have already moved past, some you are still wearing right now. And the last one ages a man over 50 more quietly and more completely than anything else in the closet. Number 10. Distressed denim. Faded jeans. Anything with intentional rips, whiskering, or factory-made wear marks. This style rarely works after 50. The aesthetic belongs to younger bodies trying to look rugged or rebellious, which is not the impression a stylish man over 50 needs to make. What works after 50 is dark indigo or deep blue denim with a clean, even wash. Straight or slightly tapered cut. No fading, no whiskering, no artificial wear. Just clean, well-cut denim that lets the rest of the outfit do the talking. The denim should look like it could go to a casual dinner without anyone noticing it. Distressed denim cannot do that. 2 pairs of good dark denim will outwork 10 pairs of distressed ones. Number 9. Chunky chains, oversized statement rings. Any jewelry that announces wealth or attitude through size. A category of men decides around 50 that they can finally wear the bold jewelry they could not afford at 30. This rarely lands the way they intend. The jewelry that signaled confidence at 35 tends to read differently at 55. Usually, as a man filling a space the jewelry was never going to close. The jewelry that works after 50 is small, intentional, personal. A simple watch with a leather strap, a signet ring on the same finger for decades, a wedding band, perhaps a single quiet chain under the shirt that nobody sees but you. After 50, the face is the statement. Everything else supports it, quietly. Number 8. The square-toe dress shoes from the early 2000s. The pointed toe shoes from around 2010. The novelty dress shoes that were briefly in fashion at some specific moment of your life. These shoes did not age well because they were never going to. Trend-driven dress shoes rarely become classics. They become evidence of when you bought them. After 50, the dress shoe you walk into a room in is often the first detail a sharp eye notices. What works after 50 is the almond toe, the classic round toe, the subtle chiseled toe, shapes that have looked correct for 60 years. Color stays in deep brown, dark tan, oxblood, or black. Real leather, capable of taking polish. 1 pair of well-made classic dress shoes, properly cared for, will look more refined for 30 years than 10 pairs of trend-driven ones will look in 3. 7 more to go. Some of the next items are obvious the moment they are named. 2 of the last 3 are mistakes most men over 50 are still making right now without realizing it. Number 7. The full athletic outfit worn as everyday dress. The matching tracksuit. The coordinated performance set. Any ensemble assembled entirely from athletic or performance wear and worn somewhere other than an athletic context. This is distinct from a single athletic layer. A gym top worn under an open shirt. A performance base worn with regular trousers. This is specifically the full athletic uniform. Coordinated jogger and jacket. Branded performance set. Worn as though it were casual dress. After 50, the full athletic outfit as daily dress sends a signal most men do not intend. It communicates that the man stopped deciding what to wear and defaulted to his sportswear. The comfort is real. The impression is not the one he is after. Chino trousers instead of athletic joggers. A knit polo instead of a performance zip-up. The comfort is nearly identical. The signal is completely different. Number 6. The pullover hoodie outside of athletic contexts. Not technical fleece for a workout, not a zip-up jacket. Specifically, the cotton or fleece pullover hoodie that became the default layering piece for an entire generation and never got reconsidered after 50. The hoodie has one specific challenge worth naming. The hood drape at the back of the neck casts a shadow across the jaw and lower face. For a man under 35, this can read as casual cool. For a man over 50, the same drape flattens features that should be the most visible thing about him. The unstructured knit cardigan, the lightweight wool overshirt, the soft cotton zip-up without the hood. The warmth is identical. The face stays visible. The impression shifts. Number 5. The novelty patterns. The busy florals. The geometric prints that looked sharp on a magazine cover, but rarely translate to real men in real rooms. Here is the problem loud patterns create after 50. The face at this stage of life has begun to settle into its own authority. Features that were sharp have become considered. Coloring that was vivid has deepened. A loud pattern does not complement that. It competes with it. And when a pattern competes with the face, the pattern tends to win, which means the man inside it disappears. What replaces loud patterns is depth rather than print. A herringbone that reads as solid from across a room. A window pane so quiet it rewards a second look. A textured linen where the interest lives in the fabric, not a pattern laid on top of it. The pattern should be quieter than the man wearing it. Number 4. The wrong belt. And by wrong, I mean 3 specific things. The belt that does not match the leather of the shoes. The belt that is the wrong width for the trousers. And the belt bought 15 years ago in a cheap leather that has since cracked, faded, or gone stiff. After 50, the belt is one of the quietest pieces in any outfit, and one of the loudest signals when it goes wrong. A mismatched belt does not announce itself. It just makes the outfit look slightly off in a way no one can quite name. 3 things. Match the leather tone of your shoes. Match the width to the trouser. Slim trousers, slim belt. Heavier trousers, wider belt. And replace it when the leather starts to look tired. One good leather belt, properly coordinated, does invisible work. The wrong one undoes the shoes, the trousers, and the rest of the outfit, quietly, completely. Number 3. Trousers that do not fit the body you have now. This is one of the least discussed problems of dressing after 50. A man's body changes over the years in ways that a single waist measurement does not capture. The hips shift slightly. The upper body settles differently. The trousers that hung correctly a decade ago may now be too long at the ankle, too loose across the seat, or sitting below where the waist actually is. The number on the label has not changed, but the fit has. Most men over 50 are wearing the same trouser cut they wore in their 40s. The cut is not the problem. The assumption that nothing has changed is. What works after 50 is a trouser that sits at the natural waist, not below it. A leg that tapers gently from hip to ankle. A length that just touches the top of the shoe without bunching. These proportions flatter a body that has changed. The trouser from 10 years ago, worn unchanged, does not. Number 2. Cheap synthetic fabrics. Polyester blends, synthetic cotton mixes, and cheap rayon do something specific over time. They develop a sheen. They lose their shape after a few washes. The collar curls instead of lying flat. What was crisp on the hanger becomes shapeless within months. You do not need a theory to see this. You can see it on camera. You can see it across the room. Cheap synthetic ages visibly. Natural fiber ages with character. Heavyweight cotton with body. Fine merino that drapes. Pure linen that breathes. These materials look right on year 10, the way synthetic blends never look right past year 2. Fewer pieces, better fibers, owned longer. And the most important one. Number 1. Outerwear is the piece most men over 50 have not honestly looked at in 15 years. And it is the one that quietly ages a man more consistently than anything else he owns. The coat closet of almost any man over 50 holds at least one of these. The leather biker jacket bought when he was 38 and still felt like the man who could carry it. The bomber jacket from the era when bombers were everywhere. The casual puffer picked up from a sports brand and never replaced. The denim jacket that worked once. The trench coat that no longer fits across the shoulders. The pea coat from a decade that has since passed. Outerwear is the first thing anyone sees. It is the layer that frames every photograph taken in cold weather. And it is the piece men replace least often, because the leather jacket is still good, the bomber still fits, the puffer still works. Still is not the question. The question is whether the coat belongs to the man in the closet today, or the man who bought it years ago. What works after 50 is restrained, well-cut outerwear with intention. A single-breasted wool overcoat in charcoal or a muted earth tone. A clean, unlined chore coat. A well-tailored field jacket. A proper trench. Pieces that look like they belong to a man who has made a decision about who he is. The right coat does more work for your style after 50 than any other single garment. The wrong coat quietly undoes everything you wore underneath. So those are the 10. Distressed denim, loud jewelry, square-toed dress shoes, athletic casual wear outside the gym, the casual hoodie, busy patterns, the wrong belt, trousers that no longer fit, cheap synthetic fabrics, and the outerwear from a different life. There is one thing running through all 10 of these. None of them are mistakes made once. They are decisions kept making, not out of carelessness, but out of the quiet habit of not looking at the wardrobe with honest eyes. The most stylish men over 50 are not the men with the most clothes. They are the men who looked at what they had, honestly, without sentiment, and kept only what still belonged to them. If this gave you something to think about, hit the like button. And if dressing better after 50 actually matters to you, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp.